up, my motherfuckers? How y'all doing today? I'm doing good. Weed worshiping, pothead pontificating as I do. Got a lot of irons in the fire right now. Really excited about it. A little bummed. I had this forum that I was going to, some myth weavers or something. I don't fucking know. But reading over the rules, there was a lot of don't say this, don't talk that, don't do that. I was like, well, okay. But I was really interested in trying a game there, so I put out a post saying, hey, this is what I'm thinking about. Hit me up in DMs and we'll try to put something together. And I immediately get accused of trying to lure people to my Discord, apparently. Actually, I was just trying not to clog up your general chat with game chatter for 6 weeks, but hey. Friendly lesson. Praise in public, criticize in private. Like, DMs are right there. Like, hey, just send a fucking DM. Nah, go ahead, blast somebody in general. So, fuck you. Fuck your little pedantic piece of shit rules. Don't talk about politics. Kids. Children are being kidnapped, murdered, and fucking eaten. We need to talk about fucking politics. Dear God, the high road failed. Wake the fuck up. Oh, yeah. Randy Giles, Governor, 2026, Oregon, write-in candidate. Even if you live outside of Oregon, you can't vote, but you can like, click, follow, and spread the word. The more people that do that, the more people in Oregon will hear it and write me in. I don't know if you're familiar with Game of Thrones. Really fun show. Has a lot of dynamics and important lessons. Season 6, episode 4, there's a master class on diplomacy and strategy. I encourage everybody to watch. Khaleesi explains to you how you deal with pedophiles. I studied it pretty good. I think she's smart. So write me in. Now, to be clear, I am a political candidate. I am the president and CEO of the Fuck You Party. We protect human rights, and fuck you if you disagree. To be clear, it's spelled F-U-X-K, so it's not really a swear word. It just sounds like one, don't it? Aren't I a stinker? No, really, I'm just a dirty old bastard with high-speed internet. Shitload of fucked up ideas. And weed. I got a lot of weed. I got a lot of weed. But it should be like weed quotes. Anything below 15% is, well, sure, I'll smoke a pound to get high. But, I mean, hey, weed's weed. I'm not bitching. Don't get it wrong. Grateful for what I got. So, yeah, make me governor. Put a pothead in office. I'll start some shit up. They wanted to, drain the swamp. I have a background in civil engineering, and I understand that when you remitigate wetlands from one area to another, you don't really eliminate the problem. So I disagree with draining the swamp. I think we need to shore that shit up, burn it all down, and make something out of the fertilizer. Okay, so that was politics. That was the introduction, pothead pontificating, weed worshiping. What do we got next? What am I going to talk about today? Yes. Well, I'm smoking weed and talking about God. Let's talk about divinity, providence, the plan. And I'm going to refresh real quick. It's almost 4:20. Stand by. So, love you always and forever. I'm sure you can hear me over here. The plan. Now, if you know me, I am a zealot, an absolute theist. There's zero doubt in my mind that God is real. But the God I am familiar with, love, and kind of worship isn't anything like the God you're typically thinking of. You and I could start a death cult tomorrow to eliminate all worship of God and wipe out any trace of his existence, and he wouldn't give a fuck. It's always baffled me how people can envision this creature that created all of reality and the Milky Way and the Big Bang, and they shackle him with all these human frailties, like power. Like, do you honestly believe that a creature made all of man to get on their knees and scream how great he is? I mean, maybe you're right. I can't say you're wrong. Although I will suggest that a couple thousand years of trying it your way suggests maybe you aren't barking up the right tree. No, I don't know. Now, to be clear, I have no beef with your religion, your faith, your book. No, not at all. That's you and your business. Now, the organizations that exploit that, if you are abusing man's faith and love of God for your own personal wealth and gain, yeah, I got beef with you for easy pieces of shit. Just fuck off. And it's real simple math. If your organization holds more wealth than the people you're asking to donate more, you should probably sit down and shut the fuck up. You know, I mean, if you're a reasonable person, if you're really practicing what you preach, hold a fucking yard sale. You know, the Sistine Chapel is priceless. The Sistine, the building, the unit, the land, the place it sits on is priceless. They could lease out naming rights on that every year for $2 billion, and companies would line up for the chance. They could sell it for $20 billion. Like, they could hold a fucking yard sale and clean out all the stolen treasures they have. But no, instead, you need to dress up, you need to look pretty, and you need to come and give us 10% to show you love God. Hey, again, I got no beef with you or your faith. That's the way you think you need to do? All right, love you always and forever, do that. But I disagree. I strongly disagree. Now, my God is more of a scientist. My God says, hey, you exist. Do your thing. I, as a person that cares and loves others, I ask that we don't do victims. No victims, man. And there's a big difference between like mutual combat and hurting somebody because you're angry and upset. Violence is acceptable when all parties are interested, and I disagree with it. I don't think it really resolves anything. It just escalates and creates more hurt feelings. I think that's the biggest problem with humanity is we really need to teach ourselves how to process our feelings instead of reacting and lashing out. And, something I'm working on. And typically when I say I'm working on something, I'm playing that a little tongue-in-cheek. Maybe I'm working at making it better. But in that particular case, the frustration and the hostility that I'm exhibiting, I am working on trying to minimize that. Now, I don't think that it's anywhere near what you guys perceive, but I can't argue your point of view. I can only accept what you keep telling me you're seeing. I mean, I know on the inside that when I'm angry and upset, my back hurts. Those surgeries, man, every time my blood starts boiling. Usually I'm just talking shit and being an ass. If you were sitting here chilling with me at the table, you'd be laughing your ass off. But I do have a way with words. So the plan. Most theists will proclaim to a plan, a greater divinity. You know, they don't understand it. They just know it's there. I don't think that's true at all. I believe that this reality is what we make of it, essentially Minecraft. It's up to us to find the unlocks and secure the skills to make what we want in this reality. Now, I do believe in miracles, just not in the same way as they are in the books, like turning, water to wine and this, that, and the other as these magical acts. The miracles, I believe, are carried out through education, science, and reasoning. Insulin, that's a fucking miracle. Do you know how many fucking lives that saved? And a couple men sat down and said, what the fuck is going on here? And they solved it. They applied their sciences, their reasoning, their knowledge. They came up with a fucking cure. and then they gave it away. They cured millions, and they said, here you go, take it. And sadly, somebody did take it and left a dollar amount on it, and now people I love and care about have to pay every fucking month for shit they can make in their bathroom. It's the insanity of capitalism. How much can I take from everybody else? So I do not believe in a divine plan. Well, I didn't. I rejected it. Destiny, all that. I was like, whatever, that's silly nonsense. And up until age 49, I was 100%. Now, through my nature, I always had brain squirrels, doubts, fears, phobias. And the idea that maybe I was wrong and maybe there was a divine plan to everything back in my 49, what would that have been, 2024 or so? Yeah, around that time, my possibility of a divine plan to our existence was next to nothing. 1 to 2, 3% maybe tops, if I was being really generous and really fucking high. And then a series of unfortunate events have happened in my life over the past 2 years that I cannot fucking account for. That's not entirely true. I can account for some of them through manipulations and networks that I don't hold much faith to, but there's some weird shit going on all around me, and I can't fucking account for it. Just absurdity. Simulation theory, that's another one that I thought was just funny. It was just an amusing fucking joke until a few years ago. My percentages are changing a lot. It's just the nature of our reality. It keeps matching my id. Like, I genuinely conceived an idea of putting pictures into DNA when I was in the 7th fucking grade. And a couple months ago, science said, yeah, we can do that. Except that wasn't the end of that phobia. The phobia goes on to explain who puts it there. Why would somebody put it there? I do not like where this is going. I still rejected divinity and a plan. But like I said, a couple years ago, it was 2 or 3%. That brain squirrel now, he's 15, 25% maybe. And I fucking do not like that. I do not like that at all. But life's not about what we like. It's about what we get and making the most out of it. So, Randy Giles for governor, Oregon 2026. Let me go full Khaleesi. Love you always and forever. Stay amazing.